What's going on, folks? My name is D. White, founder of justblackthoughts.com, and these are just my thoughts as a black male educator. Today's topic, I want to delve into a healthy philosophy, a healthy self-perception. Specifically, what happens when you refer to yourself as a first-generation teacher, right? What comes up for you when people say, oh man, you're a school teacher, or when you say, hey, I'm an educator, I'm a K through 12 educator. What comes up for you? How do you perceive people's reactions? So let's knock this out. Some of the things that you'll hear from the naysayers, and when I say naysayers, I don't mean they're haters, I don't mean they're critics. It just means that people may not have seen a successful teacher, right? They just know their own experience back in the day when they were in school, and they're like, well, the teachers were weird and they're probably poor. And don't get me wrong, we don't get paid that much. But I want to offer a different narrative, right? When people say, oh, you must be a babysitter, or why don't you call yourself a professor? That sounds more professional. And I like to tell people that that's not true. Let's be honest, right? Labels do matter. I'm a school teacher, proudly. And I respect the fact that you do care. Because many times I think people are coming from a good place of saying, well, Darius, you've got 2 degrees. You went to Stanford. Cool, I went to Stanford. I'm proud of it. But, for me, it's about what am I doing with my degrees as opposed to just using that as to kind of toot my own horn, right? I don't want to do that. I want to be a servant. I want to serve. I want to support. I want to be someone that's about the community. And so I wanted to use my degrees in that way. Right now, I know other people may have their own 2 cents on it. That's okay. I don't have to deposit those checks, so to speak. What I like to say to people that help change the narrative is, well, when you want someone that wants to become a teacher, right? Because I think many times people say, oh, you're going through a phase, or you became a teacher because you were indecisive, you didn't know what you wanted to do. But I knew I wanted to become an educator early on. I knew that I wanted to work with young people. I knew I wanted to work with youth. And so again, I push it back on the people. Given all the things you see in the world, specifically in the black community, that's the community I'm from, when you want someone that's eager, excited to be on the front lines to support our young people and helping shape the next generation, as opposed to people who are disgruntled, who don't want to work with youth, and they're just doing it for a paycheck. And I get it. Some of us do it for a paycheck. It is a job. But for me, I like to call it a career. I like to call it a vocation, a life calling, because I'm dedicated to it. And if you're somebody who tries teaching and you leave early, or you leave at your own time, your own space, out of your own volition, don't feel bad about that. I hate how people try to guilt trip us when we leave the profession. Just be proud of the service that we did commit, the years that we did commit to our youth. So don't feel bad about that. Now, why does this matter to me as a black male educator? I've been called broke. I've had people look at me like a martyr or a saint. And I think both reactions are uncalled for. On one hand, yeah, I don't make as much as the next person, but I try to be financially literate. On the other hand, I'm not noble. I don't want a statue built to me. I'm just being a responsible global citizen, right? Like there's a community that I'm trying to contribute to as opposed to just taking, right? I want to pour back into a community that's poured into me. And I just think that's just a part of being a good citizen, a good community member who wants to contribute as opposed to just consume and take. Last thing I'll leave you with, I think it's important that you think about your own self-image from your point of view, right? Define yourself before others define you. Because if any point someone starts to define you or put you in a box, it could create doubt, uncertainty, and just a lack of confidence. So let your choice to become a teacher be your basis for your confidence, for your exuberance, for your excitement, your enthusiasm of being there for our young people and the future generation. I'm D. White, just one black male educator. I'll talk to you later. You can find me at justblackthoughts.com. Peace.